So I think allowing this knee to go
Yeah.
is extremely helpful. I don't even have to do that though. If I do that, it just kind of happens.
Yeah.
Now the question is, am I doing that too much?
We will see.
Too deep.
Well, knowing your tendencies, it's possible.
And I overdo everything. That sucked.
You gonna play this week, you think, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
There you go.
I don't know if hitting balls into my net is helpful.
Give me a couple more. I mean, the first couple were pretty good, so.
So much easier.
Just see how the hip is. So we got a little bit. So we go right there. You see it?
That is just so freaking frustrating.
Well, you know what? I think the first two weren't that way, but then there's those ones were. So we can keep. Do you want feedback, or you got it?
No, I'll take the feedback.
Okay, let me just see.
So even though I'm doing this, I'm doing
Just but it's less. It's probably half as much as last time.
Okay.
Yeah, do it one more time. You could have went a little more, but that was not bad. Just at the start, stay against me. There you go. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, you're gonna have so much more time on the way down. See how much more time you had to get into the ball there?
Yeah, and that's exactly, you know, it's probably ridiculous to think that I actually owned it, but that's exactly what I felt
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah.
Which is, so is this the wrong concept? So like, I feel like this, so you say stay against, I feel like I'm sliding along this thing.
Yeah, and that's like when you did it, like there's enough. I'm just watching where the knee is and then where the hip is. It just basically, even if it goes this way, when you start to turn, it's going to be good. It's just, if I go that way first, then I'm in trouble.
Start that way.
Yeah.
So I have to bump into it?
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
Okay.
I would say almost sway-ish. No, the turn's okay. I think it's just all release, that one.
Really?
Yeah. It was just your hand was like this right there. So I would just go same backswing and then try to sweep a couple in there. You know, that sweep and draw feel. Good. And just see how that still had like a little cut, so just more of it until it draws. Yeah, more of the release, because that's two left now versus like, but the speed jumped a bit with that, Ron. Like that sense. So I would just go, I'd go load, because so if I do this, that shifts me inside, right? So like meaning my path from that position, I can get really inside, or we know if I lean my chest, it will get on top. So I would say hip and head centered, and then just throw it down this way. Oh, I can lengthen, I'll just keep turning until I get to a part where I feel like I can go. Where if I think if you stay more centered, you do the hip, you might be able to just start to let it happen a little bit earlier, you know, instead of getting too deep with the turn.
Too strong.
Okay.
So like that?
Let's see.
Well, actually, you want to see.
Yeah, I'd see it right there. Yeah, that's better. And then keep those hands on there. Good. Flare that back toe a little. Good. Smooth it out. Give yourself time on the way back with the hip. And then. Good. So those ones are like, sort of looks this way and then this way. I'd like to see a little bit more narrowness in that backswing.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to think, last time we were just going head still, and then you felt like this, I think, didn't go super far away from you.
Yeah.
Smooth it out. Just chip a couple out there. So that was actually good, just really laid on the movement down. So that's that way for a little bit too long.
This is like so frustrating. I felt like I was hitting the ball like a champ.
Well, you did. I mean, like last time, like the last wedge swing I sent, I was like, oh boy.
Actually, I didn't get anything.
Oh, you didn't get it? It's in there.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, it's this one. So that's the, yeah, it doesn't show that you saw it yet. This is this was the hip, like just showing the hip and the takeaway.
Okay.
So that's where you felt like it was big sway. And then it would stay, and then this was the wedge. This was my favorite one. This is when you tried to stay centered with the hip. So then it just was there, and then you just let it swing. Like this one up here, like that top of the backswing position was so good. Yeah, let's just keep pushing that pattern. I think if we can get that hip in the right spot, I'm gonna get back in there behind you. Came off. Let's do it again.
Came off.
Right about here. Good. There you go. Nice.
So it is like huge sway.
That's what it feels like. Yeah. It's like that's you staying the same spot. Like, because I keep the club right there.
So it's not so much for me going back, it's getting...
Yeah, that way for you. Right now. Close. Like the sway was there.
Yeah.
Might have popped up on it or something coming down. That attack angle was positive, so on the way down we must have went like up like that way.
I just feel like I'm not
letting it out.
I thought I had that.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Down.
Yeah.
I thought I like owned that, and I'm not sure. I maybe just the position is so uncomfortable. I just feel like it's all just going
right now. Okay.
Together.
You're not. It's not letting it go. I'll do one more here, and then you go. I'll let you just work on that release feel again. There we go. That's the one. You feel that, Ron?
Yep.
That was better. Really close. See that look?
Yes.
I mean, unbelievable. And then on the way down, this is the part. So see how it just stay. It's yeah. It's just.
Club is not.
It's just pinned against you there a little bit too long.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So that's
exactly what I feel.
Yeah. That backswing though is massively improved.
Well, that just shows how much I can move.
Yeah.
Which is a ton.
Nice. Like just a different world. Isn't it?
That is what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Like that's not much turf interaction. That's still 4.5 down, just like super nice. Yeah.
It's 4.5?
Yeah, I know. That's why I wanted to check. Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I thought I'd completely picked that.
And that's the top here, like just from a turn and arm position, you know. So those are fun. Like obviously that's why all those are going just a hint to the right mainly, because the face is just there. But I would just focus on release first, and then one, we could play a pull or we could adjust. I think the main pattern though is the hip and the release, right?
Yeah.
Good. I mean, take that one all day as a miss.
Yeah, exactly.
That's 3.5. A little there?
I was like, let it go, let it go, let it go.
That's 5 out. I think last time we had almost everyone was into out. Yeah, that was so that
was that way.
Yeah, the one that was really good was pretty neutral, like about 0-0 from a delivery standpoint.
I think sometimes that is my alignment.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep a good eye on it too. Yeah, it's aimed slightly left, but it's fine. Yeah, there you go. Nice job. It's neat too, because that time I really noticed the foot, that zero path, left heel. That time it was like a little forward, and then you sort of relax, and it got perfect, and then you got out of it, you know.
Okay.
So I think there's a chance at the start. I wasn't watching that, but I'm guessing that you were getting up on that left toe at the top, right, and then that was making it harder to let the club move. Yeah. Because that one was noticeably different. That was a 0-0 at 83.4. Oh yeah. See, like I can show you, but it's a feel, right? It doesn't even matter what it looks like. But watch how nicely the lead shoulder gets off the chin. See that? Mm-hmm. It happens there, so now the grip low point is there versus like up by this front leg. It just, and then it looks like, oh, he's got more time.
Yeah.
You know? And the trail hip was like, watch the trail hip here. Or if we watch the lead hip, like watch how different this frame is than the start. Like look at that. See how different that move was?
Yes.
Like at the start you would have pushed right through the front of the screen. And it's one of those things where you are clear on the move. Now it's just
this. I can't
go that way. Yeah. Yeah. If you're in that spot, you're not going to go to it, right? Yeah. Close. I didn't see aim. I'm guessing the path just got a little out. Yeah, makes sense, and that's 7 from the out, so definitely more of that. So
I can feel that, you know, I'm here. So it's almost, I know this isn't, I hate to even think of this and use this term. It's almost like I'm trying to do a reverse C.
For sure, yeah, because we know that the pattern for you would be hip forward, chest back, then the head goes back, where you feel hip back, head forward, and that gets your right bend gets better, you know. Okay. Super flushed.
And the balance.
Yeah.
And I just feel like there's just so much more release in there.
Yes, yeah.
I just have to figure out how to get
Yeah, I mean, let's just hit a couple smooth ones again.
Not used to being there, but I still did a little bit of that.
Did you? Yeah.
I can have that.
Yeah. Because I almost want you in a spot where you're here, and then right away you almost feel like you can start to go up and around, you know?
And I thought I had that at home.
I'm sure you did.
I don't know what happened.
That was pretty good. Just on top, right? Maybe. Let me just see. I'm guessing it was.
Yeah, so there I was trying to do that.
Yeah, just a 5 from the out, so we can keep going that way.
Now, how much is that is influenced by where my hands are?
Massively. Yeah, I mean, it just depends. Like, I think for you, the best combo, like to me, number one was get the strike good. Now the strike's pretty good. Then we can start to go, remember this? Like you're throwing it that way versus that way. Yeah.
When I release, I'm kind of like that.
Yeah, a little bit versus that way. Yeah, yeah. Because they see how the face changes and then the left forearm changes and then where the sweet spot comes from changes. Okay, so. Oh, I mean, that's so different, isn't it?
Yeah, I really tried to focus on that.
Yeah.
Feeling.
So nice. That path was 1 from the out. So,
okay, so
fine. Yeah.
Lower.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if we get a 3 from the end, I'm okay with it too, you know? I let you push into me a little bit on that one. You feel it? At the top, just a little bit of head into a little, a touch, yeah. And that's me giving you room too, so. That was the fastest swing of the day, and it was 0 path.
That's interesting, because I felt like I was
on the way through.
Yeah, like I didn't let it go.
Interesting. Yeah, it was almost 85. It's still smooth though. It didn't look like you were trying to pound it, you know? Nice. I'm okay. Like, to me, that's the swing I want to get you grooved. Because I just think that the impact is so much more consistent. You know? Like, even if it's missed on hip and head, and if the contact's good and the start line's not, then I'm going club delivery. Does that make sense? Okay. Yeah. So, like, I mean, just talk about a different strike. I think that ball must have had some weird dimples because it sort of knuckled up there.
So, one of the things that felt like there, I'm wondering if I was getting too much outside.
It's too much reach, yeah.
Because there, I just tried to feel like I just went straight back more.
I mean, a noticeably different sort of launch on it. Pushed into me a bit more there, but really nice. Hey, Ron?
Yeah, so I think I was doing some of that.
Yeah. Like overreaching?
Yeah.
That's a 0-0 path, and the attack angle was like level, so we didn't have a lot of attack, but the delivery would have been really good.
Okay.
So you pushed into me more, so that probably took away some of your attack angle,
okay,
right? Because your head would have moved more behind it, right, and then you did a good release, and then you just swept it a little bit. A little. I mean, it was still like, again, if that's the shot, we're going to be okay. If we do better head, I think we'll get that attack angle back. Yeah, I'm like, there's no way you don't hit the ground with that backswing. You feel that, Ron? That's 5 down. So you see how that we got that attack right away?
Yes.
All right, I want to get a couple of these.
So I gotta make sure my club doesn't get out there.
Up to the top. Good, you're there. Stay right there. So it's coming right through my hands with the club. You feel where I am? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and then you keep turning. Good. Because that movement, let me just see how much more the path switched. So that went 3 into out. First into out of the day. Ron, awesome work yesterday. So we got from face on here, working on the head being nice and centered and making sure that lead hips hangs out in the same spot and doesn't drift to the target. You can see how simple that backswing is. That amount of head movement's fine. I just don't want it more than that. And then from down the line, you can see how simple the top of the backswing gets with that movement. So still, there's obviously tons of turn there. And then as we come down, we're throwing the club backwards, letting the club release without the face getting too shut. So I love the face position here. It's perfect from that. So that movement is great. So then that's going to help the start line. It also helps the amount of time. And then the release, you can see this thing where it starts. Ideal. And then obviously the rhythm was key. We're just going nice and smooth, getting it gathered and then letting it go. Good job yesterday, Ron. It was really, really a great step forward. So let's just keep pushing that way. Awesome work.